Welcome to Ace Professionals CV workshop. There's a workbook, which is going to put that in the chat area. People can download the workbook, and the workbook goes with the PowerPoint. So you can have yourself a workbook at the same time, get a certificate at the end of it, and there will be prizes and awards going at the end of it as well. So incredible. Please make sure you are contributing and benefiting. We're waiting for the normal crowd. It seems it's a hot day, and what is your goal? So basically, in everything, you start with your goal in mind. What is the direction? What are you expecting to get tonight? This is a CV workshop, but I will say so many things about power of subconscious, and there's videos and psychometric tests, a whole lot. Really, really interesting stuff. But what is your goal? What are you expecting to take away tonight? Tips, something. I mean, there's more information of how you're going to use it, why must you use it, and who's counting on you to use it, and when must I use it. So basically, referring to you. What is your goal? Is it extra tips? Um, when would you use it? This goal. So my goal tonight is to make sure that I improve whatever you know, increase you knowledge wise, increase you and give you some value, and at the same time give you some direction in achieving, drawing you closer to your real professional goals or real personal goals. That's my goal personally. Here we go. So the answer to do better comes from the necessity to do better. Do we agree or do we disagree? Before I start. So definitely, I agree with that. There's a video that talks about the power of what we believe. Hi there. So that was a video. I had to let that play till the end. What was
You have
number
to
one?
plan your day. Plan your
Exactly.
day the
Exactly.
night before.
Yes, I want people to feel confident. That's why I'm putting the answer in front of them. So what is number two?
You have to review your
Review
goals
your
daily.
goals every single night.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Actually, I wrote down visualize. The power of visualizing. It's incredible when you visualize your goals. So, for example, I used to visualize me coming abroad. I used to touch the ground and smell the air and see the leaves and see everything. And it happened for me. You know, it happened so many times. Everywhere I wanted to go, I just visualized I'll be there one day. And I end up going there doing exactly what I visualized to do. It works for me. It's so potent. It happens. It works. Also, practice gratitude. If you saw me at the start, I was thanking everybody. There's a lady I'm trying to thank. She's not here today. The power of gratitude is so amazing. I'm thanking AC as well. We spoke in the week, and I'm so excited to see her. That's so amazing. So I don't know if people underestimate. If you wake up in the morning and you start your day with gratitude, you're not going to be on the wrong side of anyone. You're not going to be upset about anything. You're not going to be thinking about your worries. You're just going to be finding more and more reason throughout the day to be grateful, and you will see the miracles of that day. You will see that day as a blessing. Ask your subconscious for answers, and this has been taught to me by so many people, by so many yogis and masters, and I think it's so powerful. I don't know if you ever heard about the four waves: alpha, beta, theta, delta. Theta waves is really good because it allows you to fix your consciousness, your program that you're running. So I'll give you some examples of some programs that we're running. All of us are running right now. If you're from Africa, you have a program that was set to you when you were a child that says you do not disrespect your elders. So I want to ask everybody on the platform tonight, if your elders were letting you down and they were doing things horrible to you, are you going to keep the status quo? Are you not going to disrespect them? Are you going to be like nice? Oh, you can abuse me and do whatever. Is that right? So, it's a program we're on. If you're from Africa, it's a common thing. Now, over here, I'll tell you when I realized that program is not happening in their head in the UK. When I was teaching, I asked a group of students if they thought their teacher was mad. And they all said yes. They didn't think about, they were respecting me. They said, yes, sir, we think you're mad. And I started laughing. They started laughing. It was crazy. But I thought, we have a different program. If I said that in St. Augustine's in Ghana, nobody would say anything like that. They'd be very quiet because we have a subconscious program running through all of our minds, and it goes on. So we've got questions of your goals tonight. We've watched a video about subconscious. Key thing I wanted to talk about is some of the things we talk about or we do at ACE is communication. So we're hoping to do some things with the banks in Ghana on customer service and just customer relations. Networking, we do that. Headhunting, that's our core work that we do. We headhunt for schools and hospitals and recruitment in the UK. But outside that, this part of the work, I do enjoy this. I enjoy giving, and it's incredible. So please, if you haven't been on our Facebook, we ask that you copy this or you go on our Facebook and you give us a like. I think it comes with, please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Most people there, Instagram, and it's the same thing. Like, follow, share our posts. It's the same thing. Have a go at it. It'll tell you whether you're an introvert, an extrovert, and if it's good for you. There's so many things about our conditioning. They've told us to be humble, told us to not say certain things in certain settings. But I think they're useful, but they're not the best ways. We can improve, we can be better, especially if it's against our goals. If it works for our goals, fantastic. If it doesn't work for your goal, then you should consider alternatives. Man becomes what he thinks daily. This is powerful. I think one of the videos I was watching from the same providers of the video, motivational video we watch called Fearless Soul, talked about a pregnant woman who walked down the street, and the fact that when the pregnant woman was walking down the street, all she noticed in the entire walk was only people who were pregnant. She couldn't see anybody else. They didn't exist. And the same thing happens with people who are pregnant in their mind of an idea. Maybe it's a car, maybe it's a suit, maybe it's confident people, something that you like, something that's impregnated people. Say someone like Mercedes, when they drive out and they are going in their car, the type of car that's their dream car keeps popping up on the road. That's all they see. There's so many other things, but their brain has a way of selecting them. So they say if you use this for your goal and you think about your goal daily, everything that would bring your goal into perfection will come around you. Like you see me thanking people over here. The people I know are coming up with the miracles and the blessings that of all the things that are my goals. So things that I thought were impossible just become possible overnight. So man really becomes what he thinks about. We introduce you to your best self, so we let everybody see the best version of themselves. So basically, whatever you believe would limit your experience of life. And we would encourage people to gather more information, to sign up and subscribe to things like Blinkist, read the best books in the world, get the best tips, live the best lives that they can with all the information out there. So that's what we primarily encourage and educate people and go on the journey of your career with you. So that's the whole thing we stand for. A man's life is the thought he makes of it. So whatever you think about of your life becomes the sum total of what you do. So some people want to give, they're charitable. Some people want to take, they collect. All they see is opportunities for them to take, and that's the sum total of their life. So this is basically straight fact, straight to the point. So let's go to the CVs and the parts of the CVs. You have the workbook. It's in the chat. You can download the workbook. It looks good, but better than looking good is for you to take, you've got some information to take away. So you're not just listening. So you're actually active and you're writing stuff away or typing it away. So here we go. Name, profile, role descriptors, career history, achievement, education skills. Now, I could say this throughout the year, and I could tell you people will still send me CVs with missing bits, loads of stuff that's missing. And I find people just are not conscious of what they need to put in there. So we'll keep doing this continuously. We'll keep training people till more people get the info. So here we go. We're starting with name. What stands out with this lady here? Why Tamara Gardner? I know Agnieszka is great. She knows the answer. So let's try somebody else today. Joshua, do you want to answer that? What's so important about that box there next to the lady?
I think it summarizes her role or expertise as a marketing specialist. So immediately you take the CV, catches your eye. And if that's what you're looking for, you just go for it. Yeah.
Excellent. Is there anything you would do to improve it? Is there anything? So what I would say, what I'll point out with next to the name is for Tamara Gardner. Highlighting it, that's nice. She would need to put any particular specific qualifications. So in different industries, there's certain types of qualifications that maybe the top 5%, the top 10% people have. They're just the only people who have that. So when you put that, it cuts through the chase. Everybody just sports that person, go like, this is the person we want for this job. This is the highest person applying for this job that we have. And it's already happened. They don't need to look at the rest of the CV. It's happened in the name. That's it. They put their name down. They identify the title they're going for. And this has to match whatever has been advertised. Do not send this CV to customer service. Don't send this to accountancy. It does not work. It works only specifically for marketing adverts, not even marketing manager. It has to be specifically a marketing specialist that they're looking for. If it's a marketing manager, you got to have a marketing manager title. Now, what if you have no experience, but you want to apply for the role? Then you've got to put something close, a marketing manager, intern level, an entry manager. You've got to identify those things, but you cannot send the wrong CV. It gives us a bad taste in the mouth. As a recruiter, you just don't want to look at that candidate. You put them till later, till last. You try to find something that's useful about them. But in the name, you have the magic made. There you go. So like John Smith Architect, these are still nice, but you go on LinkedIn and you find loads of people have their name and no title, or they don't identify correctly what they're looking for. They identify their last job or job they did 10 years ago or something they just like the title, but they don't think about their goal, where they're going, and then exactly the name they should be putting there. So again, you have down here, you have Zoe Wolf, and you have a fashion editor. So she's not messing around. She's telling you who she is. She's looking for fashion editor type of work, or she is a fashion editor. So don't come around her with things like design or things like textiles. It has to be specific to what she's put there, an editor. Okay. So here we go. Profile. These are key things you've got to have. You've got to have a very clear level explanation of the candidate's experience. You've got to, instead of having a clunky CV, having lots of information, squeezing through words to find out who are you, what do you do. Hit them with your highest achievement. Put it down there. Make it simple. Make it easy to see. And make it look like a caption. Don't let them look through and try to read the whole column to understand you. Give them that information they're looking for. And that's what you want to do when you want to get across with information about your profile. So personal profile, you want to say some achievements, especially you want to relate it to the industry you're going through. Summarize the most, or you can talk about generic things. It works when you're a student, when you're just coming, you haven't done any jobs or not lots of jobs. You could say things like, I'm an enthusiastic young person, I'm a team player. You can say all of that. But if you've been out there, you want to put some contributions. I'm, extremely keen about leadership, and then you give some examples, like when we did this to help Coca-Cola. I'm using some of AC's example. I apologize. Here we go. So you have role descriptors have to be similar to the job you're applying for. So there is no point you having, I'm looking at the time already. Well, time flown. Healthcare assistant. If you're applying for the job called healthcare assistant, all the roles that you've done have to be saying the same thing. When you start having your roles that are not related to what you're doing, then it does not help. So you must remember, even for students, you want to go into a particular industry, you've got to give them examples. Don't talk about dentistry, don't talk about carpentry, talk about something close to where you're going to, so that the person going to employ you can see you as an asset, not a liability. You want to identify that. So there has to be consistency in all of those. Again, if you're going to use bullet points, stick with bullet points. Don't start bullet points and then go to star and then go to some round particular circles. It don't make any sense. You've got to always remember to stick with whatever your format is. It's just common consistency that has to happen. So when you're putting your CV, you've got to put your strongest achievements in there, and you've got to keep them very concise, very easy for the reader to see. And they don't have to struggle, and they like the layout because it's not confusing. It is following the same theme from head to toe. Role descriptors, again, measures results. So you want to give, there's two types of measurement. There's quantitative and qualitative. You want to either be very, very quantitative about the information you're given. You want to give them percentages. You want to give them numbers. You want to tell them out of this, we did this. Or you want to be qualitative. And in qualitative, you want to use powerful verbs to describe exactly what you've done. And you've got to create an image. You've got to cast an image. within each sentences. There's no point having lots of information on your CV that people cannot imagine or make out what you are about. They have to be able to spot who you are in those sentences. And if they wanted to defend why they're shortlisting you, you've given them the reason to. So what you have, again, all the roles are squeezed out. So basically, there's no point talking about roles that you've done that are not related to the job that you're talking about. You just need to say one sentence about it. That's it. You don't want their eye to focus. You're putting that in there for the purpose of chronology. You just want them to know that that time you were not a criminal. You were not doing time in prison. That you were actually working somewhere, but you were doing a different role. So you want to keep it brief, and if you can, relate some particular activity you did in that role to the current job you're looking for, you should. That's your opportunity to. But keep it brief, keep it short, so you don't have to sound like you're waffling and you're saying some other things. Okay. You can see the consistency this lady here had. Trainee teacher, trainee teacher, trainee teacher. She was able to get the job instantly. She, on her first attempt from university, she got the job. There was no hit and miss there. Everything it was a very clear, straight following: assistant, trainee, trainee, trainee. That's what I'm saying. Trainee, manager. If you're going for a managerial role, trainee assistant, team leader, all of those things will help. So achievements, what type of achievements should you include? You want to include your diplomas, your masters, your PhDs, but you need to say things that are relevant. You don't want to include things that are not relevant. You don't want to go ahead and start talking about masters in another field. It's so far off that they just think you have another master's. So every time they're thinking about you, you want to give them a reason why you're an asset to them. I think I was giving an example today. I don't remember who I was talking to. I was saying that I had a mortgage advisor job, and I asked the manager, the owner of the place, I said, how much would you pay the best person if I got you the very, very best person? He said, I'll pay them £60,000. I said, but why? I said, oh, yeah, the job is for 35K, but I'll pay them more if they're very good because they'll save me time. I don't have to train them. So you want to put key things here that make you look like an asset. If you're not an asset, you will not be paid for it. But if you're an asset, even if you don't have too much of the, what you call it, professional, if you have just other types of achievements, it will still be valuable. So if you're training yourself either on LinkedIn, you're training yourself on Udemy, and you're raking up certificates, you're training yourself on ACE, all the certificates you rack up, it would always amass to something. It will always be useful, and you can always use it. This is the education part. There's something called education first types of CV. So if you go to a university where it's renowned and is very, very known for, let's say, economics or finance or accountancy, you should put your university first and put the names first, because they would know, it will give you some extra credit for allowing the recruiter to focus on your education part. But if you go to a university that's averagely not performing so greatly, then there is no point to draw that attention to it. So for example, when I used to teach, I came from the University of Cape Coast, and it's been known to provide excellent teachers. And there's some countries around the world where they don't even interview the teachers from Cape Coast. They know they're just very good. And what happens is I might decide to put my university up front, or I might decide to highlight it. But more importantly, on this side of the world, they want to see if you've got the skills to be excellent and do things in the classroom. So for me, in my CV back in the days, I had to put experience first. But UCC, if they knew UCC more, the opportunity was there for me to do what UCC was good for, producing good products in education. So there you go. Highlight your qualifications that are important to the hiring. So these are all key tips in getting your CV ready for an employer to look at or a recruiter to have a look. So skills. So on the left-hand side here, you have skills. What type of skills should you put in your CV? Don't put generic skills. Nowadays, it's becoming popular. Everybody can do Microsoft. Everybody can do general things. You've got to put skills, maybe social media, maybe marketing, maybe sales, maybe specific skills in using Adobe Acrobat, maybe things such as driving a drone or first aid, something that is a bit more special, that is not that common, are skills that you want to put out there. It distincts you from everybody else. And if it's related to the industry, even better. So what's your skills, identify your skills, and it's always good to draw the quantitativeness to show how well versed you are with that skill. Address. Can I ask everybody, why do we need to put our address in the CV? Can anyone tell me?
Okay, the address is put there in order for the company to be able to call you or get in touch with you if they want to employ you.
Okay, so that's from our perspective, but from the employer's perspective, they actually map how far you are away. Most people don't want to employ anybody that has to do 2 hours journey or 1 hour's journey plus to their job place because you'll be tired. They want you, they don't care how long it takes you to get home. That's your business. But to get into the work, to give the value of how good you are, they really, really want you to come there with the best of yourself. So in terms of address, people like myself, we map it, we Google it, we'll match up and we'll do the journey. We say, okay, this person takes a bus, they take a train, they drive. What are the options that they have? And then that's the key thing about address. And sometimes they don't shortlist people if you put the wrong addresses. So for example, if I lived in Scotland and I was looking for a job in London, the best thing is I'll have to look for a friend's address in London and put that in there because I would not be a favorable candidate. Even if I say I'm willing to transfer and relocate, they'll think it's a lot of effort for me. I'll have to be very good for them to consider me. But if I said I was in London, they'll say, oh, he's around the corner. They'll give me a chance. They'll want to meet me. So that's the key thing. You think about address from their perspective, not our perspective. Okay. This is for my American candidates.
I was struggling to get a teaching career after I...
Sorry, this was the lady that we saw her CV earlier, the one with the trainee teacher. I think the video never works right anyway.
I was struggling to get a teaching career after I've graduated from uni, about to go into my NQT year. So I went to Ace Professionals and they helped me with my CV, they sorted it out, they gave me interview techniques, and after that I secured my first teaching job and I'm about to start my NQT year. Thank you, Tux.
Okay, that's the kind of thing I want with anyone I get in touch with. I want them to just send me either emails, videos, or audios of thank you, because that's all I'm taking away. That's why I'm thinking it's more than money to me. It's huge. The thank yous are huge. I play that again every day. It helps me remind myself why I'm doing the things I'm doing, and just to help people and to give them that chance that they otherwise wouldn't have. Okay, so we're looking at befores and after. Can I ask everybody to have a look at the CVs and tell me what's wrong with the CVs on the left-hand side? You could type it, you could say it. What do you think is wrong with the CV on the left-hand side?
I think it's too wordy.
I'm just typing that word. You're in my head. Well done. That's correct. It is too wordy. I think it's very difficult. It's more like a maze. You can get lost in it. In fact, the very first one is so I can get lost. I wouldn't understand. Yeah, it's a very confusing CV. But actually, the lady the CV was for, she was amazing. She's incredible. She lives in the States. She'd done so many things, but she felt the need as a lecturer to just put everything in there, and I thought it wasn't doing her any good because it wasn't directional, and it didn't help her to make herself easy to spot and shortlist. So it was something that she needed to consider, looking a little bit more light and more friendly and more easy to be pulled in. Yes, Matthew, I agree. It is very difficult to read. It doesn't really, I mean, I can't really, even with technology, I can't really see. She's got listed so many things that are not relevant. Google Suite, Google Classroom, Nietzsche, Jupyter Grades, Keynote, Pages. Some of them are just, they're like competing softwares. They're doing the same thing, but they're just other softwares. Pages, Keynotes. Pages, Keynotes are Microsoft versions of Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. So they were not the best things. So when we gave her this, it looked much better, but I think she wanted it to look a different way, look American. Yeah, one of our challenging customers, but it was awesome. It was a pleasure working for her still. Let's move on. Before I move on, can I ask anyone, what do you pick on the right-hand side? What have you seen? It's the same person. What is the go-to, the things that make it easier for you to buy into on the right-hand side? Looks easy to access, yes. Formatting of the CV. Two, correct. So yeah, if you see that this is what she's got director of education. So that's what she'll be looking for, unless she wants to change her position, director of something else. So there you go. She's got director of education. On top of her CV goes director of education. So here should have been another director of education. And that way you would want to get her. Contains necessary information. Yeah, more like to understand. Yeah, that's true. I still think it's still is a bit heavy, and it does not highlight key achievements and qualitative or quantitative, but it's a bit easier to read. So I still think it's still in the making. I don't think it's a finished product. I think she could have gone a bit more had she put some time to. Okay. I think we have AC here. AC, do you recognize this person? I don't know whether AC is there. So before we have lots of information here, but we need to tidy it up because it's too many. It's too many things in here.
Talks, I'm here.
Oh, yay. It is you. It's your work. So it's really good that you grace us with your presence. We really appreciate it. AC, you've been to the ACE process and to shortlist. Sorry, I don't know why my Siri is on.
I didn't catch that. Oh, could you try again?
Apologies. So for some reason, my Siri is going on. Apologies. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we're with you, Talks.
Yeah. So, I mean, you went through the ACE process, and it was a bit difficult to shortlist and reduce everything to simple sentences, but in the end, there was powerful sentences, and it got the point across. Very easy.
Yes.
People won't believe it's the same CV. That was you, on the other end.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was a lot of excess words.
Yeah.
It was very wordy as well.
Yes. Yes, yes. No,
Mm.
and I mean, whilst you're here, can you tell us about your big interview, the one that you out of 2,000 people, the was it UN or the big job that you had to apply for?
Yes, it was the World Bank, actually. It was the World Bank.
Okay.
Yes, but you assisted me before I applied for that. I remember it was you helped me with my CV, and then you helped me with interview techniques. You actually got somebody to call me up and interview me, and then you gave me step-by-step feedback on how I performed during the interview, how I could better my answers to the questions. I remember very vividly.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so that's one of the things. I mean, I'm so proud of you. I think you've gone, miles up, and I think you have more ways, more things to do, for you to conquer. So your CV and the interview skills is just the beginning of the journey. There's more, and we're always happy to work with you. And yeah, like I said to everyone, it's good to have you here. Agnieszka is also here. She's also had a CV done, and she's been amazing. She brought us DWP. Agnieszka, are you still there?
Yes, so talks absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So you've met AC today. AC is a lady I always talk about, and is here tonight, gracing us. Agnieszka, can you talk us? I don't have a picture of your CV, but can you tell people about some of the kind of things we did on your CV and how, and you work as a work coach, so you know the importance of different things.
No, the CV is like a first thing that the employer is going to look at. So when Tox took my CV, he actually helped to kind of, direct it onto the role I wanted. And, it was much more structured and much more suited. So it was, it's very important that whatever you go in for, whatever role you go in for, you're showing them that you are that one candidate, and that CV is your ticket to that. So I think that's what we did with my CV.
Excellent, excellent. It was. It's the communication is important, and to get things right is just so valuable. We're coming towards the very end of this. Just to introduce to people now, we have CV Gods having loads of templates. There are things that are free for people who want free stuff, and people who want to pay for stuff that is more premium and more going to set them out. There's also options there. So you can have your CV automated. You have the brain of talks is transferred into a machine that does it by itself. But at the same time, you could still work with me, through me, and have the human experience. So some of the things we do: interview skills, job hunting, career mentoring. We did confidence building for DWP, and that was good. I enjoyed it so much. It was incredible. Again, key things to remind everybody: our beliefs is so powerful. Wherever you believe, if you believe that you're going to earn a job that is 60K, 40K, or I don't know what the currencies are in different countries, that's where you will be. But if you believe that you will come out, so once upon a time, I was a student in Ghana, and I could have believed that I was going to earn just any small amount of money. But that was exactly the opposite of what I did. I did not believe I was going to earn anything small. I came out here to the UK. I was top of my game. I developed a skill that was very rare. I was teaching the most difficult kids in the country, and I was getting 2-3 times more than my mates in university. People would not believe how much I was earning. They thought I was lying about it, but that was what it was. It's what you believe really affects you. It really changes who you are, and it really opens door for you or shuts you in. So you may, if you believe that you're just going to be in Ghana and that's all the opportunities you're going to have, that's it. But if you believe that the world is your oyster, you're going to go out there and you surprise yourself, and every day, every year, your money is going to go 10 times over. 100 times over. It's your choice. You need to make that belief and you need to work on it. And ACE is there to help you, support you, to give you all the tools that you need and to give you the environment that you need. You have all these amazing people here. People, I can't thank enough. I'm always loving spending time with them. They're absolutely amazing. If I go to Ghana, I would look for KK. I'll look for AC without a doubt. So please, if you have just one opportunity to spend 1 hour with us, I'm 100% very busy outside this, but I would always love to spend that time with you. My time is yours, and to develop you, I will give this time always. So please ask any questions if you want to ask. I think we'll soon be going to the awards and returning the names. Mutu, do you have the winners of this week? Okay, this is for our Google review. AC, we would love your review on this link. You could take a picture of it. We do have a Google review. We're totally 5-star. We love to remain 5-star. Please don't give us anything short of 5-star, because we come to you with the best. We try to give you the very, very best. So look out for our next week's. I think we'll probably be doing something interesting, something we've not done before next week. Probably do something like customer service. So I use the opportunity to thank you all. So thank you and wish you a beautiful, beautiful weekend wherever you are. I'll put you in the hands of God. I say stay blessed and stay grateful and stay loved. We're on WhatsApp, we'll be on Facebook, we'll be on Instagram, and we'll be sending you videos and everything good to support your professional, personal development. Wishing you the best. The people we have out there, information, we will get that. Thank you very much. It's been an absolutely good evening.